Rudy, if you don't mind, maybe you can kind of just intro us into what Nested is. Maybe just describing it as easily as you
Yeah,
can.
yeah. So Nested is the only decentralized platform every mom and dad can trade on. So Nested aims at building a unique one-stop decentralized application that can onboard anyone into DeFi in 5 minutes. And on Nested, you can build, share, copy strategies, and you can earn 50% of the platform fees every time someone copies your strategy. And when you create or copy a strategy, an NFT comes to life and represents it. So, in other terms, we provide the best decentralized portfolio management and copy trading experiences at the touch of a button. So this
Very
is
well.
what we are doing. I hope it's clear, and I try to keep it simple because it's simple.
I like that stance. No, and I think it's really funny because obviously in crypto you have many different types of people, right? You have the traders, you have the NFT people, the people that are in for the tech. So obviously the audience types differ quite drastically in crypto. And I think this is definitely one of the topics, at least I myself haven't been too exposed to as of recent. But I guess what would you say is like before we get into like more into detail about it, like what brought you to founding Nested?
So what product?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So at Nested, so what we are doing is that I'm sure that everyone knows eToro. And what we want to do is a kind of decentralized eToro, where you can manage your assets if you are an experienced trader, but you can also copy trade other experienced traders if you need a guidance, And basically, this is what we do. As I told before, we really provide the best decentralized portfolio management and copy trading experiences, and in a very simple way. So we try to reproduce the user journey of what you are accustomed to on Coinbase, Binance, all those centralized platforms. And yes, of course, the specificity is that on Nested, your portfolios are represented in the form of an NFT. So what you manage, what you hold, your nested portfolio is an NFT. We're talking about financial NFT.
And what would you say kind of brought you to this idea generally? Like, I'm sure like with any product there are certain pain points that you want to solve. What would you say Nested kind of solved in this
Yeah,
case?
yeah. So every time I see friends, they ask me how to invest in this space. What is DeFi? How can I set up a wallet? Could you please give me advices or manage my money? And while I knew the answer, I never had the patience to explain them um, the process of doing that. It can be tedious to explain how to set up a Coinbase account to on-ramp, how to set up a seed wallet, how to transfer funds from a centralized exchange to a Web3 wallet, how to pay gas fees, etc. So, and also while people need technical guidance, they also need guidance with the assets they purchase. Otherwise, they lose all their money in 24 hours. So the idea behind Nested is to reproduce the user journey people are accustomed to with centralized platforms while offering them all the advantages of the decentralization. And another thing I observed is DeFi is fragmented. So when you are on the centralized exchange like Binance, you can benefit from so many features that you don't need to go elsewhere. In DeFi, you need to visit dozens of decentralized applications to benefit from all existing features. So we aim at solving this problem by being the first one-stop DeFi app that gather most DeFi features in one single place. So people sometimes call Nested the front-end hub of DeFi, and it's true. This is what we want to do.
Totally hear you. Yeah, and I definitely think that there are like, yeah, I mean, frankly, it's like anything else in this world. I feel like the more things you try to solve, the more questions arise. Um, Again, anything in this world, any industry, frankly. But I think crypto is definitely unique in that there's so many different ways to go about, like creating products and solving problems that there is really no, it's in my mind, like kind of right way or wrong way to do things. And I think one perfect example to maybe jump into is maybe kind of how you guys handle your portfolios. My current understanding, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that you guys tokenize portfolios in the form of like NFTs. Uh, can you maybe walk me through like what the methodology behind that was, and maybe why you do it
Yeah,
that way specifically?
yeah, of course. So uh, it looks pretty natural to tokenize portfolios in the form of an NFT. Most assets are non-fungible, your sneakers, your home, and most assets are unique. Um, your portfolio is also unique. Its allocations, weight, and value. Everything is unique. So it's natural to tokenize portfolios in the form of an NFT. Now, practically, why does it makes the why does it make the user experience easier? So today, when you want to transfer the ownership of your portfolio from one address to another, you have to send all the assets one by one. On Nested, you just have to transfer one NFT. So you're earning time and gas fees just by transferring the NFT representing the portfolio. You're sending the ownership of the portfolio, the entire portfolio. And next year also, we'll also be able to lock. You will also be able to lock your nested portfolio and use it as collateral. So your nested portfolio will represent your digital wealth, and you will then be able to benefit from a maximum borrowing power by using only one asset that is your nested portfolio. I just sent the collections of nested portfolios that you can see on OpenSea. Of course, don't buy them. That's financial NFTs, but those NFTs that you can see on OpenSea represent strategies that you can visualize on our applications. So I suggest you to visit our application rather than the OpenSea link I just sent. It just to show you that financial NFTs are something will be used in the future. Every most assets will be exchanged through a financial NFT.
Wow, it's so funny because I think like um, I kind of want to give a hats off to maybe Uniswap with starting first with this kind of an NFTization, if that's what you want to call it, of like financial assets. Like like UniV3, you have the LP positions being represented as NFTs, and I feel like you guys are kind of taking like the next step and saying, hey, like why limit it to liquidity positions when you can make your entire portfolio essentially an NFT. It's pretty insane. I think yeah, go for it. Okay, I don't think you were gonna say anything. I guess on that note though, like how like how like what's the word I'm looking for? How feasible is this in like in terms of like a safety perspective, right? Obviously, this is a relatively innovative thing. Like, how do you guys secure user funds if that even makes sense? In terms of like how decentralized you guys are, and to what extent
Yeah,
does that
yeah.
currently?
So first, it's one of our priorities, and first, more than 5 audits have been conducted, including 3 public audits on Code Arena, where dozens of white hats met to find bugs and vulnerabilities. Also, and of course, the code is public, the audits are public, you can see them, you can look at them by clicking on our website. But we are doing something more. So we pay, and I think we are the only project doing that. So we pay to cover our users' funds on Nexus. So we we pay the insurance to cover all our user funds on Nexus, and it is at our own cost. Um, And also, so when you trade on Nested, first, of course, the code is audited, but second, your funds are insured. And I repeat, we pay for that. You don't have to do anything to insure your funds. And also in Q1 2023, TraderBit's audit is scheduled to audit our disruptive technologies that will enable true composable finance. So I will send a link to show you the IVM. So the IVM allows you to chain operations as it has never been done before. And it's a true innovation, and I'm sure that it will be used beyond Nested. And it really revolutionize how you can interact with other protocols.
Interesting, and I think honestly, just to comment on the, yeah, I could comment on many things, but just to comment, I guess, on that the Nexus Mutual piece. I think that's actually very interesting. Are you able to maybe dive a little bit more into that? When someone kind of copies a portfolio or kind of does something on your platform, is that backed by Nexus Mutual inherently, or does the user have to kind of go through their platform afterwards? And
No. They don't have to do anything. So at the end of each month, we will insure our TVL. We'll even insure more than the TVL in case there are some growth, So yeah, you don't have to do anything. We take care of covering your funds, and you can see it's public. You can see that we subscribe to the insurance for the users. So yeah, when you use Nested, your funds are automatically covered. That's pretty new, and I hope a lot of projects will follow and will insure their user funds at their own cost.
yeah, I was gonna say I've never heard of a project doing that. I think it's so funny because I mean I've been in DeFi for crypto for quite some time and doing DeFi myself, and like like maybe like like 10% of the time I'm like maybe I should be safe with my degenning, and like I go to Nexus Mutual and then like the project that I want to use isn't available on their platform. But it's pretty cool that you're able to kind of integrate there and actually make use of it, especially when you already know users aren't going to do it anyways, right? So you do it for them on their behalf.
Yeah, yeah, it's very important, and we continue doing that as long as we can. And yeah, even for us, it's better, we are very paranoid with the security at Nested, and it's something that we want to continue as longer as long as possible.
I think
I just published a tweet about the insurance thing, so you can read more there.
did you put it in the AMA
Yes,
chat?
yes, exactly. I just put it in the email chat.
Let me see if I can pin it real quick just so people can watch. I just pinned the OpenSea thing that you linked, by the way.
Okay, the
Let's
insurance done. Can you see it?
let's see. Unless Twitter's rugging me. Oh, here we go. Yep, I see it. Okay, pinning it. Bam. Cool. Um, Perfect. I think the other thing I kind of wanted to bounce to a little bit as well is maybe if you can give us a little bit more light about how royalties on this platform works, because obviously you can copy people, but like how
Yeah,
does that work? And then yeah, maybe give us some insight there.
yeah. So as I told you yes before, so you can copy trade any portfolios on Nested, and the owner of this portfolio will earn the part of the platform fee that we call royalties. So we charge 0.3% fee on every transaction, except withdrawals, which are where there is a fee of 0.8%. So I repeat, 0.3% on every transaction, except withdrawals. For withdrawals, it's 0.8%, and we share this fee with portfolio creators, so they get 50% of that fee. Okay, and in the future, we like next quarter, I guess, we'll introduce a performance fee. So as a portfolio creator, you will be able to set a performance fee. And if your audience makes profit, then you also make a profit with them. So they make profit with you and you make profit with them, you know.
And that's really cool. I think it's funny because I think when I read the word royalties, I'm like, oh boy, like we're getting into the conversation of like NFT royalties and all that stuff, and I know that's a big question in this space too. But like, so like, where do you guys kind of come up with those figures in terms of what percentage of royalties to give to users and what percent of royalties to maybe keep for the platform?
So so right now we decided so the Nested team and collaborators decided that it has we set up all the terms, but in the future there will be the DAO, and the DAO will the Nested DAO will decide about the fees and about the distribution of those fees. You know.
Oh man, did you say DAO? Uh, uh,
Yeah.
are we going to get into this conversation? Okay, obviously, people love talking about this stuff. So okay, my understanding is that, and I definitely want to shift a little bit over to the DAO side of things as well, is that users can already earn NST. Can you maybe explain how that works? Or is that just like through copy trading, or like how does one get their hands on these tokens?
Yes, you can. So the token isn't public yet. So you cannot purchase it. You cannot find it on any chains. If you see, so be careful. The token isn't public yet, but you still can earn some NFT. And how does it work? You just have to use the platform. So every week we take a snapshot, and at the end of every week you can earn an NFT that you will be able to claim once we will deploy the token. And yes, the only thing that you have to do is to use Nested. You can either create portfolios there, you can copy portfolios there, you can manage your existing portfolios there. The only thing that you have to do is to use Nested, and you will get some Nested tokens. So yeah, it's still something that you can do during this brewing bear market.
Wait, you say it's something to keep your mind off the horrible market?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, no, I definitely hear you there. I definitely want to ask you a little bit about that too, generally, but I think maybe like what would also kind of help in terms of giving some more light on is maybe just talking about a little bit of like which kind of users like Nested is really created for, and I guess really touching on like your onboarding process and how that kind of currently works.
Yeah. Okay. So I just put in the AMA comments the airdrop rules. So if you want to learn more about the airdrop, you can go there. And about the onboarding now, so we have the fastest onboarding in this space. So it takes 6 minutes to onboard someone into Nested. So there are 3 steps. The first step is to log into Nested with a social account. So you don't need to own a Web3 wallet. You don't need to know how to manage a seed phrase. We built a solution on top of Magic Link where you can log into Nested with your Twitter account, with your Gmail account, with your email address, with your phone number. And the great thing is that you still own your key and you still control your funds. So it's still self-custody, but it's user-friendly, you know. And at any time, you can extract your private key and upload it in a ledger or any other hardware wallet. Then on Nested, you can. So this is the first step. Basically, on every decentralized application, the first step is to have a Web3 wallet. Then the second step is to purchase cryptos with fiat, and it can be tedious, as I told you before, to ask someone to onboard to create a Binance or Coinbase account and transfer funds from a centralized exchange to a Web3 wallet. But on Nested, you don't have to do that because you can purchase cryptos with fiat directly on Nested. And there is no KYC up to 1,000 USD per day and 100,000 USD per year. So the first step, creating a Web3 wallet, you can do it very easily on Nested. The second step, purchase cryptos with fiat, you can also do it in 1 or 2 minutes on Nested. And then you can finally use Nested and you can create a copy basket of assets. There are a lot of good portfolios that I invite you to check out. And it will take you like 1 minute to copy a portfolio.
Got you. Yeah, and I think and is the mindset here to make sure that you guys are hitting the kind of every audience you can,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we don't want to build for a niche of 1,000 native DeFi users. What we want to do is to onboard the next 50 million users, and there is a shift from CeFi to DeFi, especially with what happened this year at FTX, Celsius, Tree Rose Capital, Voyager, etc. And yeah, we think Nested will be a real decentralized alternative to Coinbase or other centralized exchanges. During the next bull cycle, most people will join this space. I think most people will join this space with Nested, and rather than using centralized exchanges that hurt all of them badly since crypto exists.
Yeah, and I think what would be very insightful to hear, kind of coming from your perspective, uh, and this is kind of referencing what you brought up previously earlier, is like how has it been like thus far, kind of building in kind of like a quieter market, let's say, and if any, what would you say maybe are the advantages slash, I guess, obvious disadvantages of it?
Yeah. So it's easier to build during a bear market than a bull market. In fact, during a bull market, you're always disturbed by everything happening and always afraid of missing the boat. And during a bear market, everything becomes an opportunity, and more specifically, you have time to accomplish your vision, and that's important. And of course, while it's easier to build, it's more difficult to market. So not many projects are marketing during bear market, but in fact, it's an error because you will probably get higher visibility during a bear market. And on top of that, all the users that you acquire during a bear market will still be there during the next bear market. So, those users are not opportunistic and believe in the nature of Web3. So, yeah, easier to build, um, uh, um, not difficult to market, but quite excited that we can focus on the vision and yes, and shine among all other products.
No, I definitely agree, and I mean it's funny because I mean I think each cycle obviously has its different kind of different players, different actors. And I think each cycle is just more and more grandiose in terms of the amount of people getting in, and obviously the amount of kind of liquidity sloshing around. But I think you're definitely right. I think like one thing that really does not change is like those who are able to kind of build sustainably through a bear market and just kind of really kind of outlast it. And to your point, make sure that their marketing's in place for whatever that time may be, and into the next kind of a hype cycle. Really will make it. In my opinion, it's really easy to be kind of driven in a market that's going up only. But yeah, it's I don't know. I think it's kind of funny too, because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like, I mean, I guess it depends how close you are in terms of like it's the actual like moving prices of the market. But I almost feel like I don't really notice it that much. And don't get me wrong, I have a lot of crypto bags. So whenever I check Zappers or Zerion, a tear streams from my face. But other than that, I feel like I don't notice it that much. Maybe I'm wrong.
Mhm. So sorry, I didn't have a great connection. Can you repeat?
No,
Can
I,
you?
go for it. Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's better. It's better.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that I think I guess maybe depending on which vertical you're building in within crypto, um, you know, assuming that the kind of the community is there and you're really just focusing on what you're building, I feel like sometimes you don't even really notice how bad the market is externally. Obviously, this past month has been quite different,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
generally, though, I think if you're focused on building, frankly, like a lot of the other stuff is noise. You know,
yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
I think that in that case, something also relevant to that is just like I mean, just generally, like how big is the team work at Nested currently?
Yeah, so we are 18 people, mostly based in Europe, including 10 developers, and we are still hiring people. So if you are good at developing things and passionate about coding, then just send me an offer in DM. Um, uh, and yeah, we have a runway of 2 years or so from now, so we have time. We can survive this bear market, and we raise funds with um, amazing angel and institutional investors, including Alan Howard, Jump, people working at AV, Polygon, Curve, StakeDAO, Starkware. So yes, we are well backed and ready to outpass this bear market. This bear market.
I definitely hear you there. I think then like what's also relevant to that is just generally, you guys chose to launch an Arbitrum, obviously. Can you maybe walk me through like I mean besides the obvious things,
Yeah,
what your kind of thought process was there?
yeah. So in fact, we have been very hesitant to launch on other chains in 2022. There are a lot of zombie chains. I won't quote them, but you know them. But nevertheless, we could not pass on Arbitrum. Their TVL and number of users are skyrocketing while the market is going down. So it means a lot. So yes, we had to be there, and also it allows our users to create portfolios and complex strategies with almost zero cost while benefiting from the security of Ethereum. So yeah, that's the two reasons we launched on Arbitrum, and we are. I mean, I'm making nested demos every day, and all the demos are on Arbitrum because it's just the best user experience that we can provide today in this space.
So like, what would you say like ecosystem collabs would look like with Nested? Because obviously, like the main points to copy traders that are using some of these platforms, but like, have you guys kind of thought about like assuming it's on your roadmap, like what collabs would look like with some of our partners on the chain?
Yeah. So first, in the coming next month, at the beginning of January, we will launch trading competitions. So our users will be able to compete between each other and share a prize pool. And there will be public trading competition co-hosted with other projects or foundations. And this is where we will partner, collaborate with other actors. So imagine, let's say, Arbitrum decides to launch a token. Hypothetically, um, maybe we can co-host private trading competitions together where our users, the nested users, will compete, and the best traders will get a part of the prize pool. So this is a kind of a partnership that we can do with other projects. The other thing is that in Q1 2023 we will start integrating other projects. So you will be able to create very complex strategies on Nested uh, with leverage trading products, lending, staking, lead farming products, spot positions. And so we'll integrate many, many projects. And this is also how we'll be able to collaborate with other actors of the ecosystem. So first, trading competitions, and second, integrations to use other projects and to build more complex strategies on Nested.
That's actually a good kind of side question there too. I mean, is there like is there a, I mean, I guess if there is, then maybe we don't know yet. But is there like a limit to like what strategies can be constructed on Nested? Like are all forms of DeFi kind of enabled there?
Yeah, that's a good question, understood. Right now, only spot positions. So we integrated ParaSwap and 0x to be sure that you get the best price. But as I told you, in like next quarter, I hope it will be ready. It depends on the audit results, of course. You will be able to build more complex strategies with lending, staking, loop farming products, lever trading, and yeah, you will be able to access all DeFi features. But right now it's already great. I mean, you can dollar cost average in one click on Nested. You can rebalance your portfolio weight in one click on Nested. So you can already do many things. And we are also mobile friendly, meaning that you can use Nested on mobile, and it also facilitates all your daily interactions with DeFi.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely good to note there. And are there any like future features that you guys are obviously other than the ones you just mentioned,
Yeah.
you guys are planning on launching or excited about?
Yeah, so I told trading competitions will be the next one. I told you about the public trading competition hosted with foundations, with the projects, but there will also be private trading competitions where we will whitelist people holding a specific item of an NFT collection, such as Bay, Clonex, etc. So we'll also integrate Lens, so users will be able to share portfolios on their Lens feed. There will be a native mobile applications. So I also talk about low rate trading, lending, staking, farming products, performance fees also, and we'll also launch an automatic feature to DCA. So you will say, as a user, you will say to the Nested platform, I want to purchase this ETH every week, and it will purchase ETH every week automatically. And you will also be able to rebalance your portfolio automatically. So you can already do that manually, but we'll launch automatic features very soon. So yeah, many things on the pipe. Sorry, and we are very excited about delivering everything I just mentioned. We have the team to do that, and the vision and the funds also to accomplish our vision, and it's really amazing, to be able to do that.
Awesome. And I think before we kind of throw it off to community questions, if anyone has one, um, maybe like a little bit more of like a kind of you should say non-technical thing here. What would you say is maybe your long-term vision? Right, by long-term I mean like 1 year for Nested
Yes.
from now.
So as I told it before, I do think that Nested will be in 1 year a real alternative to Coinbase or any of the centralized exchanges. And yeah, I do think that people will be the first DeFi platform. I mean, considering the number of people who will on board. So yeah, our vision is just to be like the DeFi app that you are using every single day, and that gather all the other DeFi features, existing DeFi features. And yeah, we hope that the only thing that you will need is Nested, and that you will onboard your best friend, your mom, your aunt on Nested as soon as the next bull market begins.
I don't know if my mom or my aunt are going to be degenning on crypto, but
She can copy, and that's a great thing. You can guide her.
that's a good point. Yeah, if I do that, I'll just be disowned, I think, immediately. um, but you know what? I do think actually on kind of what you mentioned. It was funny. Like a couple of AMAs back, someone brought up like it was a really interesting thought that stuck with me since then. But this idea that like that maybe the most comfortable way to use all these different projects or all these different protocols within crypto should be like all within like kind of one housing, and you know, like what what that housing could be like one UI where you can kind of maybe go leverage long or short on like GMX or Mycelium, or to maybe like open an options trade on DopeX, make a swap on Uniswap or whatever it may be, all through like kind of one platform. Because like right now, obviously, you have to go to multiple different platforms. If you don't have the bookmark, if the risk it clicking on a link that isn't legitimate. But the idea that like maybe like there should be this kind of platform that almost acts like a mall for DeFi projects that you can access in one kind of place.
Yeah.
Um, it sounds interesting to connect like
Exactly,
this. Yeah,
exactly. That's amazing. And the thing is that the user experience that we deliver is even better than the original one that you can find on the decentralized application that we integrate. And that's the amazing thing is that maybe you won't understand how to use GMX on GMX, but I'm sure that you will understand how to use GMX on Nested. And that's um, our first one of our strengths at Nested is that we can talk to the people, and we are the most user friendly projects right now. Really, like you can compare Nested with any other projects. It's amazing how easy it is to use it and how accessible it is compared to the current state of DeFi.
totally 100%. I couldn't have said it better myself. I think with that being said, uh, are we cool with throwing it off to anyone who has any questions in the audience? Yeah, Rudy, does that work?
Yeah, that works. That works.
Cool,
User.
cool, cool, cool.
Go ahead.
All right.
Sorry.
No, no, no worries.
Because I'm typing something also, and yeah, I don't know why when I'm typing I cannot hear you. But yeah, okay, let's go.
No worries. Yeah, yeah. Obviously, you guys heard it. You heard it here. If you have any questions for Nested or anything related to the kind of their platform, feel free to raise your hand and we'll bring you up. And again, let's kind of keep everything related to Nested for this one. Um, yeah, I think we actually have someone here right now that I may be able to bring up. Let me see if they're still here. All right, so I am bringing up Wima. Wima, how's it going?
Hello?
How goes it? GM.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hear you loud and
Hey,
clear.
Thank you very much. I've listened to the discussion
Wima.
so far. I want to find out the difference between Nestor Ghana, Nestor, and then Arbitrum. And secondly,
Wima user.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit low. Are you able to kind of speak up a little bit?
Okay, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to know the difference between Nestor and then Arbitrum. And is Nestor a token or a wallet where you can keep your assets on it, or is a token whereby you can invest your money into? So these are the clarifications that I want you to clarify for me.
Sure. Yeah. If you want, real quick, at least in the first thing, Rudy, if you want, you can take the second one. Arbitrum, layer two scaling solution for Ethereum. So in this case, the difference is that Nested is able to build their platform on top of Arbitrum. So any of the trades that you're copying, all those are happening on top of Arbitrum using the Nested platform. hopefully that kind of helped there. And then I don't know if Rudy, if you heard the second part of the question there.
No, I didn't. I didn't answer questions. Who asked questions?
I think it was Wema right there who asked the question.
Okay. I didn't hear it. So what is the first part of the question? What is the first part of the question?
Yeah, the first part of the question was the difference between Nestle and then Arbitrum. And then Nestle itself, is it a wallet or is it a token where you can invest your money into?
Yeah, so I already answered the first question, Rudy. I don't know if you want to take the second one there. What Nested is, token versus wallet kind of thing. Even though it's different from both, I think. pretty much what is Nested essentially.
What is Nested essentially? Okay, so what is Nested essentially? So it's a platform where you can build, create, manage, share, and copy portfolios. And every time someone replicates your portfolio, you earn a part of the platform fee that we call royalties. It's decentralized, so you always own your key. Control your funds, and it's also very accessible. So you don't need to be a DeFi expert to access Nested. You just have to own a Twitter, email, Gmail, phone number to access Nested. And yeah, so as I told you at the beginning of this Twitter space, it just provides the best decentralized portfolio management and copy trading experiences at the touch of a button.
So in other
Hope
words,
it's clear. I'm sorry, I don't answer questions. I don't know why.
I think you're good. I think
You're good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, perfect.
Wema, go ahead. What was that, Wema? Wema, you there? No? Right, just in case, since I think you answered it anyways, I'll bring up the next person here. Wema, we appreciate your question. Boop. And looks like we're bringing up Web3 Pacey. How's it going?
Hello. Yeah.
GM, friend.
Okay, so glad to be able to speak. Let me get straight to my question, right? So, the Web3 space is basically in its infancy. So, understandably, constantly there are a lot of apps coming in.
Glad to be able to speak.
So, there are a lot of apps coming in constantly, and I'm just curious, like, what does Nested have? Like, what makes you different? What makes you unique? Why should we use you? Like, why should I be interested in following up in continuing down your line? So I guess that's the question here. Not the typical, okay, this is what we do. What is there a unique factor when it comes to Nested? Why should I be interested in following up and continuing?
I think there's an echo coming from you, Rudy.
Oh, I just noticed that.
I heard your question there, Web3.
Okay.
Wait, Rudy, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know why I can hear questions on my phone, so I also have the live, on my computer, and this is where I can hear questions. So yeah, I got it, Web Tracy. So why should you use Nested? Why are we unique? So first, we are the only platform offering people the ability to interact with DeFi through their social accounts. So once again, you don't need to own a Web3 wallet. You don't need to know how to manage a seed phrase wallet to log into Nested. You can do it very easily with your Twitter account or your Gmail account, where that enables you to generate a Web3 account on Nested. So this is about accessibility. Nexus is the most accessible DeFi app. So it's great if you know how to use DeFi today. It's great. We are a small niche of people knowing how to use DeFi to send assets, bridge assets, etc. So that's great if you belong to them, but most people don't know how to do it. So also the copy trading part. So you can copy trade, the good traders, excellent people on Nested. You can see many people that you often see on Twitter, by the way, creating and sharing Nested portfolios. And also, like, this is the best place if you want to easily manage your portfolio. For instance, if you want to DCA, so dollar cost average, you can do it very easily on Nested. So you can purchase all the assets contained in your portfolio in one transaction, and that's a great thing. That's very appealing because I'm sure that most of us are DCAing during this bear market. So yeah, I would say so. Our unique propositions are portfolio management, copy trading, and accessibility. Hope it answers your questions. What three page?
Yes, I guess. I'm really, really interested to see how it's going to work. I think I like the idea of the social login. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, friend. All right, ma'am. Let's see. Bring another person or two up. How we doing, Rudy? We good to bring us some more people up, or?
Yes, you can. I have time.
All right, cool. I'll make sure to be mindful of the clock there.
Don't worry.
All right, CK Based. How's it going, friend?
It's going great. Thanks for bringing me up. I'm very interested in the copy trading function. Could you talk about that a little more? Is it more of a singular trade where I pick a portfolio I want to copy and the allocations to the various tokens, or is it like a live copy trading? So when I follow a very active trader and well, he makes his trades, can I copy them in real time or just at specific points?
Rudy, you got that one? I know you're probably listening it to on your other device. I think Rudy's being rugged by Twitter Spaces. Oh, there you go.
I don't know what's happening, but I got it.
You're probably listening it to on your other device.
I think I got it. Yes, so you're copying them at a specific point of time. So you will, let's say, have a portfolio with ETH, CRV, Unix, Trua. Then you will copy it at a specific state, and then every time that I will make a move, you will you will be notified. You will be notified either on the applications or on Telegram if you decided to associate your Telegram account with your Nested account. And you will be able to update your portfolio to synchronize your copy with the original portfolio in one click. So to summarize, first you will replicate a portfolio at a specific state at a specific point of time, and then every time that this portfolio is updated by their owner, then you are notified and you can synchronize it. It's very simple, very user friendly. So like everything that we do, everything that we think about, we want to be sure that all the features that we deliver are accessible in one click.
Okay. Thanks for answering. Do you have any plans to add such a live copy trading functionality where I would basically send some funds to a custodial wallet and then basically give you permission to execute trades following a specific active wallet?
Wait, was that another question? I apologize.
Yeah, that was another
Curious.
question.
Okay. There was another question. Okay, sorry. So do you?
Should I
Yeah,
repeat?
yeah. If you can repeat it, that'd be good.
Are there any plans to implement such a live copy trading function where I would send funds to a custodial wallet basically and allow them to copy a
Yeah, sorry. Okay, I just got it. I don't know why there is a delay, but okay, I got it. Yes, there is a plan of doing that, of doing real time copy trading, and it will be maybe like in Q1 or Q2 next year. The thing is that on a decentralized platform, it's very difficult to allow real-time copy trading. Why? Because there isn't first the person you copy can manipulate the market easily. You can create a shitcoin, and if you are a lot of people following you, then you can dump really easily on your community. Of course, if you are serious and legit, you won't do that. But still, it's something that we must find a solution before allowing real-time copy trading. Also, right now, especially in the bear market, there isn't a lot of on-chain liquidity. So if we are doing real-time copy trading, then maybe your audience, so people that copied your portfolio, will purchase all the assets that you purchase at a much higher price due to the price impact. So yeah, this is something that we consider. This is some that we are considering. This is something that we will do, of course, next year, I guess. But yeah, step by step. I think it's already a great thing that you can copy trade someone at a specific point of time, and that you're notified through us, so you can take it with all the notifications, all the moves. Quite fast, quite quickly, and trading will come next year, I hope.
All right. Let me. Thank you, by the way, for your question.
Well, thanks for answering them. That's very exciting, and that's why I asked, because you get into questions of decentralized reputation and punishing people for these malicious trades where you launch shitcoin and low liquidity issues. It's very exciting. So I'll stay tuned. Thanks for bringing me up.
If you can hear me, any call to actions for the community if they if people want to join Nested in any way, like where should they go if they want to join the Nested community? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, so I will send. Okay, great. So I will send all the links. So you can join us, create your first portfolios, earn your first nested tokens, copy your first portfolio, share your first portfolio just by clicking there.